Yo, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Pastor Leo, Pastor Super. What up, man? Like the video when you come in, dislike if that's what you choose. Shout out to everybody who rock out with me from this states into outer states, from in space into outer space. You already know what time it is, huh? All right, so you know what time it is, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we go live or an upload. Y'all already know how we give it up over here. All right. Suicide Squad and the congregation keeps it 100 and fair, along with the pastor. We're not always perfect. We're gonna have some biasness, of course. You know how this goes, but we still try our best to keep it 100 and fair. Okay. Pass around a collection plate, please. If you have any donations for the content, please put it in the via collection plate Cash App Soul Mirror 29. And if you don't have a Cash App and you only have PayPal, then you can definitely drop it inside of PayPal Suicide H29. Okay. With that being said, let's get into it. Put that at the bottom. Okay, so we have a unfortunate situation, but a reoccurring situation, and it's happening a lot in New York and around the country, even probably around the world. It's a lot of violence, gun violence going on, and these uh, areas, and and this instance right here, this event, you know, the gathering where people um, come to have fun, eat, talk, laugh, maybe uh, you know, water gun fight, balloon fight. Those type of things, and people All right, we back, man. Technical difficulty and all that. You know the vibes, but let me get the let me get the article up again, man. We gonna get the article. I just waiting for it to load back up. I don't know what happened. I forgot to load it back up, but we letting it load back up for right now. All right. That video, what? Ah, my bad. I'm trying to. Let's see if we can do it while it's still trying to load up. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. It's tripping right now. You heard. You heard. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get it now. Let's see if we can get it in. Let's see if we can get it. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's go. It's back. It's back. It's back. I forgot to set it back up. Everything we different. But now we good. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Boom. New York Times, salute to you for the article. We're going to shout out the New York Times. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. 1-year-old is shot and killed at Brooklyn's Cookout. The child's death capped another weekend of gun violence in New York City, where shooting in June and July have risen sharply. The Cookout in Brooklyn on Sunday night was like many other outdoor parties in New York City during the pandemic. People gathered around smothering grill near a park late on warm summer evening. The group included 1-year-old boy in the stroller. Then around 11:30 p.m., two gunmen dressed in black approached, fired a number of shots at the group and fled, the police said. The 1-year-old David Gardner Jr. was hit in the stomach. Officials said he died short time later at nearby hospital, becoming one of the latest casualties in summer of rising gun violence. The death a city rattled the city that was already on edge because of a relentless surge in shootings, the pandemic, and weeks of protests against police brutality. This is so painful, maybe Bill de Blasio said at a news briefing on Monday before calling the minute of silence. It's not something we can ever look away from. 3 men were also wounded in the shooting, which happened near the Raven Bush playground in the Bedford Stuyvesant section, police said. The man, 27-year-old, who was hit in the ankle, a 36-year-old struck in the leg, and a 35-year-old shot in the groin, were expected to survive. These are the very real people affected by senseless gun violence, Police Commissioner Dermot F. Shea said on Twitter on Monday. 2 boys, 12 and 15, were among the city's other victims of gun violence on Sunday night. The 15-year-old was hit in the wrist on Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard near 143rd Street in Harlem. The police said the 12-year-old was shot in the leg on Prospect Place near Ralph Avenue and Crown Heights near neighborhood in Brooklyn. On Monday afternoon, others poured over at the spot where Dable was hit. More than a dozen numbered orange evidence marks indicating where shell casings had been found dotted the roadway. Several more traced a ragged path for the curb into and through the playground. Dable's death came during another grim weekend of gun violence in the city, where shootings in June and July are sharply compared with the same period last year, a spike that has helped push the overall number for the year higher. As of July 12th, there had been 634 shootings in 2020, compared with 394 in 2019. At the pace, the city would top 800 shootings for the year. It would be the first time in 3 years that the city had reached that number. 28 people died of gunshot wounds in June. The police said. The police said the trend continued into this month, with 20 more people fatally shot through to July 12th. The spike in shootings has come as the city residents and officials engaged in a fierce debate over the future of policing. Discussion prompted by large-scale demonstrations over police brutality and institutional racism, including in the criminal justice system. Since late May, protesters angered by the killing in police custody of George Floyd in Minneapolis and other officer-involving shootings elsewhere, having to take the city streets, calling for sweeping police reforms. Last month, New York State banned chokeholds and replaced a law that kept police disciplinary disciplinary records secret. City officials, responding to calls to defund the police, agreed in principle to shift roughly $1 billion from the police department to other agencies. Senior police officials and leaders of the city police unions argued against the moves, saying that they would hobble the department's ability to deter violent crime, especially with shooting on the rise. Chief Jeffrey, Madry, who oversaw the Brooklyn North Patrol Bureau before a recent promotion put him in charge of the police department's Community Affairs Bureau, appealed for an end to the violence in a Twitter message early Monday, saying this must stop. Experts on crime say that an increase in shootings, which other U.S. cities have experienced, is an annual summer occurrence that is more acute this year because of the strain of the pandemic has put on the economy and other people's living conditions. But senior police officials, including Commissioner Shea, have sought to link the uptick in shootings to recent change in the criminal justice system, including court delays caused by the virus and new bail law, other measures meant to reduce the jail population. Crime data provided by the police, however, has not shown a strong connection between the violence and those factors. Chief Michael LePetri, the police chief in charge of crime statistics, said in an interview with the New York Daily News that just 7 out of 2,100 people released from jail with pending gun charges had been linked to the shooting in their release. Although murders and shootings have risen, of reports of other four other major crimes, rape, robbery, felony, assault, and grand larceny, are either flat or down sharply so far this year. Burglaries and car thefts have surged during the pandemic, with thieves targeting empty restaurants and unattended vehicles. Some elected officials and activists who support shrinking the police department and fundamentally changing its practices have repeatedly sought to counter the argument that efforts to reduce the jail population and behind increasing shootings. They point to another possible factor that most shootings still go unsolved by the police. On Monday, Mr. De Blasio again said he believed that the rise in shootings was being fueled by horrible dislocation caused by the pandemic, which ravaged the city economy and upended its courts and jails. The NYPD has been overloaded in so many ways, it just keeps adding up, the mayor said. And most importantly, the criminal justice system is not functioning yet. On Monday, a news conference where David was fatally shot, Jermaine Williams, the city's public advocate, said that officials should have been better prepared for the wave of gun violence. Everything in the communities has been made worse by the pandemic. Mr. Williams said everything. Why do you think gun violence would be different? The Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams, a former police captain, urged the police to step up their investigations for recent shootings, to collaborate with neighborhood organizations to stem the violence. I want the same level of attention and dedication because you are sworn to serve and protect the city. Mr. Adams says, referring to the police, he added, we want the apprehension of the person involved in taking the life of a 1-year-old child. As he spoke, Dable's family gathered in front of an apartment building faces the park. Several officers stood watch while people spoke quietly and exchanged hugs. One young brother handed a candle and 2 balloons to an officer. Could you give this to the family? She said. Mr. de Blasio and Robert E. Cornegy Jr., the city council member who represented the area, arrived later and spoke with Dable's mother. And Mr. Carnegie said the woman was still wearing the bloody clothes she had on as she carried her wounded son. There were just tears streaming down her face. Mr. Blasio said afterward, I just told her that we're here for her, and none of us can imagine what she's going through. That's it right there, man. All right, tragedy going on. Ignorant people just walking and shooting in places just because, for no reason at all. Now you have young people getting shit. You got a young kid who was only 1 year old, a toddler, a baby, shot and killed because of what? People think it's cool just to run around and shoot in places where multiple people are just having fun at for no reason. Sickening, man. It's all sick. Sick and it's sad. Sick and it's sad. Like the video, share the video, leave the comments below. Let me know what you think about this situation. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, in the description box, you can pass around the collection plate. If you got PayPal, donate to the PayPal. If you got Cash App, donate to the Cash App. All right, all is inside of the description box. I'm out of here. With that being said, talk to your soul mirror, the balance keeper, no one safe, poking the people, sisterhood, anti-bully gang, silverback gang. We love the ladies, lady loves Lee, and ladies, you are definitely lovely. Don't chase the light, let the light chase you. I'm gone.